Hey buddy, welcome to Wednesday. Today is April 2nd, 2025, and I'm Michelle with Yes Michelle Crochets. Please allow me first to say welcome and hello to my returning viewers, my returning subscribers, and my returning lurkers, and a very special welcome and hello to my new viewers, my new subscribers, and my new lurkers. I sincerely appreciate having each and every one of you here with me today, and I thank you for your time. Now, for those of you who don't know, I have a bit of a routine to my videos. I like to start out with a quote of the day. I think it sets the tone for the video. I know it sets the tone for my day. From there, we're going to discuss what's in my cup, the weather outside. We'll have a few quick announcements. I'll have a very important conversation with a very special friend, and then we'll move into the topic of the day. Once I'm done talking, I'm going to show you a screen card, and in that screen card, I'm going to detail what you'll see me crocheting in the next part of our video. Now, please be clear that I won't be talking in that part of the video. We will have some really great music, but all you're going to see are my hands and the project that I'm working on. After I'm done with the crochet part of the video, I am going to give you another screen card. That screen card is going to show you the quote of the day again. And then I'm going to celebrate my members and give you an end screen. And the end screen has a job to do too. That end screen is going to remind you to hit like if you haven't already done so, and to hit subscribe. Please tickle the bell notification if you have the opportunity to do that. And of course, hit share, because for me, this is a hug for you. And I want to make sure that that hug goes a little bit further. So I'm asking you to share that hug with someone else. And then I'm also going to give you a video recommendation or a playlist that I think you might enjoy, because I'd love to keep you around as long as I can. So with all of that said, excuse me, let me grab my book and give you the quote of the day. Today's quote is said by Sydney J. Harris, and Sydney said, "Happiness is a direction, not a place." And I have to wholeheartedly agree. At least for me, happiness is a moment. It's not always fleeting. Sometimes, yeah, it's fleeting. But happiness for me is a state of mind. And I am always in some state of mind. Sometimes in flux, sometimes squirrely. But for the most part, I can honestly say I'm always happy. Or at least I'm seeking to be happy. So I hope that's true for you as well. Anyway, on to coffee talk. And let me be clear, it's a lot later than it normally is. I am leaning into my rest and recuperate phase. I have been battling a headache behind the scenes for a few days, and I think it is starting to take a little bit of a toll on me. So forgive my more serious mood. I'm still very happy, but I also am taking time to be aware of myself and be kind to me. Now, coffee talk. Coffee is here. I've changed my coffee just a little bit, and I'll gladly share that information with you. I am still doing my protein-based coffee, where I take my pre-made protein shake. Today's protein shake is the Quest salted caramel flavored protein shake. Pour half of it into my personal bullet blender cup. I added in 2 ice cubes and just a drizzle of my Loran salted caramel flavoring. And then I added in 2 scoops of the Javvy coffee protein powder. Blended all of that together and poured it over some ice. What I added to it that is different is a cold brew coffee that I made here at my house. Just took some regular coffee grounds. I don't even remember what the brand was. And added in a stick of cinnamon. Poured purified, well, what they call purified water. It's just water. But it's not the tap water that I normally get, because I don't like tap water. I'll be honest. Added that into a container, 6 quarts of water over the ground coffee and the cinnamon stick. Let it steep for 2 days in the refrigerator. I strained it, put it back in the refrigerator, and then as I need coffee to add to my cup, I'm doing just that. I get that caffeine kick that I'm looking for, that cinnamon flavor that I want. And of course, I get my protein shake, which I need. And all of that together with a little bit of my fake sugar is a winner. And I love it. I love it. Yes, it is different than drinking my Cafe Buestelo, which I also love and I still have, but I needed a change. So this is the change I was looking for. And that's what I'm doing. I hope it makes you excited to think about maybe a change in your routine for coffee. Now, on to weather. Today's weather is a little bit different than what I'm used to in the sense that it's already raining. It is 53 degrees. I'm sorry, it is currently 66 degrees. We had a low of 53 degrees and we're expecting a high of 78. 78 degrees is going to be nice. Unfortunately, the rain has the rest of me going, what's really going on? And do I really want to do this? But we're going to do it and we're going to be excited about getting it done. Now, on to announcements. My announcements today are as they are most every day. Happy birthday or happy anniversary. If today is your special day, I sincerely appreciate having you here with me to celebrate your special day. And for that, I thank you. Now, please allow me to say thank you to those of you who patiently wait with me and support me when I make a pivot in our weekly schedule. Yesterday would normally be a video for Tuesday, and I told you on Monday we would have a live. Unfortunately, in my quest to get things done for Tuesday, I missed the mark. I didn't go to bed until midnight on Tuesday. Many of you know that I am a very early to bed person. 7:30 tops is usually my bedtime. And I didn't get to bed till midnight, many hours later. And my body, it knew the score. And it was like, you are going to pay us back. So by probably 2 o'clock yesterday, I was worn down to a nub. I could barely do anything. I felt so bad for my daycare kids. The blessing is I front load a lot of activities so that I had things to do with them. But I wasn't the best of myself yesterday. And I simply didn't have it to sit in front of a camera and be engaged and interact with you guys. And I didn't want to give you less than my best. So I chose not to come on camera yesterday. And I hope you understand. With that said, I also want to be clear with you about something else. Since January, we have been doing book club. And you guys have been amazing with that. I love it because I'm a reader. I love to read. I'm challenged by reading. I'm excited to read. But I tend to read books that many of you either don't enjoy or don't indulge in. And either way, that is totally okay. So, for the month of April, and at least for a while, I'm going to put a pause on our book club meetings. Tonight, I do want to meet with you guys. And what I'd like to do is have a real conversation with you guys that is more transparent with you about what's going on with me, what I want to do with the channel, and where I see things going. And I'd like to hear what you have to say about it as well. So please, by all means, feel free to join me tonight at 6 o'clock Central Time. And let's have that conversation. Because I think it's time. All right. Now, let's get back to the notes on my paper because I will get lost. You guys know I love to talk. Now, with that said, let me change the page because it looks like I covered everything on this one. So that means we are on to a very important conversation with a very special friend. Now, of course, this special friend is someone who may not be having the best of times right now and needs a little bit of extra love, support, and encouragement. And please allow me to do just that right now. And to our special friend, hey there, how are you today? I hope the answer is okay. Now, of course, it may not be, and that too is okay. I know that for a lot of us, changes in weather, changes in season, sometimes changes in work experiences, or just the people around you can impact how you feel and how you show up in the world. I get it. I understand it because it's true for me too. So, with that said, I'm going to remind you that you are loved. You're amazing. And I'm super proud of you for just showing up for you. With that, I want to remind you also that you need to eat. You need to drink your water. And of course, if meds are appropriate, you need to take your meds. I say that with a smile because I know that a lot of times when I'm not in the best headspace, those three things are the most challenging things I do through the day. It's easy to be on autopilot when you've done the same thing over and over again. I know that a lot of times I'm masking when I want to say a lot of really not so kind things and show up in not so kind ways. But instead, it's me that I'm most toxic to and most unhealthy for. So those are the three things I start with to correct myself and to help me be a better me and show up better for myself. I also want to remind you to have real conversations with real people in your life. I share that because I know it works. A lot of times. I have real conversations with people and I'm like, this is annoying me. This is disturbing me. This is this, that is that. I don't bring those things to the channel because you guys don't show up here for that. And I would never do that to you. I hope. But what I do is have real conversations with people who remind me, Michelle, this is what you're feeling and this is why you're feeling this way. Or have you thought about the fact that the weather outside has been dreary for weeks and that's impacting how you're showing up in the world? And they also remind me to be kind to myself. Sometimes they remind me of the basics. When's the last time you had something to eat? When is the last time you had some water? And just simple things like that help me change. Sometimes they say, you know what? This isn't a bad time to contact your therapist. And I'm telling you, if you don't have real people in your life that you can have real conversations with, by all means, let me be the one to encourage you to reach out to a medical or an intellectual, i.e. therapist professional, to help you navigate this rough terrain and get through. Don't forget that I love you. So please be good to yourself. Do those things. And for now, just for now, sit back and relax. Enjoy the rest of the video, but think about what I've said. And as much as you can, take care of you for me, even if you can't take care of you for you. I'm sending you a hug. Okay. And guys, thank you for being patient with me as I have that very real conversation with that person in our life. Because like I said, and I've said so many times before, sometimes that conversation is also for me to remind me to eat, to drink my water, and if I haven't already done so, to take my meds. I've already taken my meds. I haven't had any water today. I'm drinking my coffee instead, and the day is moving, and I'm grateful for that. So, that being the case, let's move into the topic of the day. Today's topic is Whip Work Wednesday, where I choose to be accountable. Now, mind you, I don't have to, but I choose to be accountable with you about a few of the whips that I have on my hook, what I'm thinking about adding to my hook, and what I've successfully gotten off my hook. So, with that said, many of you know that I am on a quest to make a minimum of one dishcloth a week. In my hashtag Restash 2025, my goal, like I said, is one dishcloth a week. And I am going to grab, I have a lot of things very, very close by, and I don't want to knock anything over or drop anything, because those things make a lot of noise. But this was the dishcloth that I started last week while I was on a conversation with a friend. So that dishcloth is done and out of the way. And yes, I do have some cotton yarn pretty close at hand at all times, because why not? I need it. And it also challenges me to remember to get that dishcloth done. I'll start another one tonight. And yes, it'll be the same color, maybe even the same pattern. I don't know. We'll see. I also am crocheting for My Life in a Bag, which is a charity organization that I support. And I made a hat to donate to that organization. I know, VJ, I need to go ahead and post a picture. I haven't done it. You guys know that I crochet for them. This is something that I love to do. I'm very passionate about it. But I'm not the best at posting the pictures of the things that I am making. I will work on it, I promise. Now, I also have a baby blanket that I am in process of making. I have, for the most part, let me see if I can grab it. For the most part, I have finished the blanket. I have one more, I have a border row that I am working on for the blanket that I am doing for My Life in a Bag. And I have to turn it this way because this is the double ridge border and this is the final border, because I just felt like it needed a pop of color. But this is that blanket. And you guys have seen me working on this on my lives for the past couple of days. I will say this, My Life in a Bag has chosen a very unusual sizing, and it's kind of small, but it's appropriate. So I am working on that. Get that border row done, and we are done with that one, and I will start another one. So those are the things I'm doing for My Life in a Bag. I am also, admittedly, taking a pause on Sunny Sweater just for a second. Because the weather is changing and they don't need it quite as soon as they would like to have it. But I've got some things on my hook I really want to get finished first. And it isn't that I won't finish it. It is that I am taking a pause. The other thing I did was I started on the 3L shawl. I have done plenty of Juan the Yarn Addict's patterns. And speaking of Juan the Yarn Addict, this is also his pattern. He did the Oya beanie, and that is the Oya beanie. Of course, he's not a fan of pink. I totally am. So I had to do it in pink just so we could see some pink in our lives. There you go. And the 3L shawl is something that I am doing for me. And I can pick it up or put it down depending on my time schedule and what I need to get done for the week. So those are the things I wanted to share with you all. I have other baby blankets that I am making throughout the year. Some of them are for personal gifts for friends and family who are expanding their families, and some are just because I want to make them. So there's that. Now, I've said a lot and I've been talking for 18 minutes, but I am ready to crochet. It is also very close to time for me to wrap things up so I can get this video uploaded in time for us to hopefully have a premiere. And if we do have a premiere and we are having a wonderful conversation, and we always do, in the chat section of this video, guys, for those of you that are members, do me a favor, drop your member emojis and allow me to celebrate you guys for being here. And for those of you that are not members, well, I want to invite you to become a member. Also, while I'm talking about my members, hey there to my best buds, and greetings and salutations to the royal court. Now, of course, those are the members of my channel, and I love them dearly. I thank them for pouring into the channel by their memberships to allow me to purchase the books that I show on Book of the Day Thursday, to have been able to get the things that I needed for our book clubs that we've had on Wednesday. And it also affords me the opportunity to upgrade some of my equipment. Hopefully you're noticing that you're better able to hear me. And that's because I was able to get a mic that better pairs with the device that I film on. Now, more than 20 minutes in, I'm tired of talking and I'm ready to give you some crochet time. I'm also ready for some good music. So with that said, I'm going to remind you to eat, drink your water, and of course, if meds are appropriate, please take your meds. Now, I love you. I'm proud of you. I thank you for being here. But most of all, I want you to have some fun today. And don't go anywhere. My hands will be on the other side. But I will see you physically later tonight at 6 p.m. Central for a real conversation live. And I'll see you in the YouTube streets. Take care. Bye-bye.